So today's video is gonna be kind of I guess kind of lazy. I don't know. I'm really tired. It's like 8:47. I woke up at 6, and I wanted to download. I don't know if anybody knows, but you could like make custom music for The Sims 4. So I was going to put all of our old songs in there, and tell you a bit of like the funny stories that have happened while I've been at The Sims. So I've been playing The Sims since I don't know, I was pretty young, but it happened when my friend came over and she had a Sims 3 on her Wii, and she was like, "Oh my god, I gotta show you The Sims," and I was like, "You mean The Simpsons?" And she was like, "No, The Sims, The Sims, that's it." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So she showed me, and like some crazy stuff happened, and I want to add that I was probably like 6 years old at this point. Yeah. So I don't know if any of you watched Glee. I never really like watched it like that, but the two couple on the show like broke up or something, and they were like meant to get back together, but the actor in real life died, and my friend was obsessed with Glee, so she made the characters in The Sims. She got pregnant, and then he died because he caught on fire for the grill, and that was my first experience ever with The Sims, which I thought was like, not the actual situation was funny, but what happened to my friend was really funny. So after that, I like begged my mom to get it for me for the Xbox. I got it for the Xbox, and I played it for a while. I don't really remember any like really funny things happening besides some guy came in my house and stole my couch back when they had burglars in the game. But my best stories come from The Sims 4. I was just a kid when I played The Sims 3, so I didn't really do anything crazy. I swear I put that on mute. Anyways, a couple years ago, when I got The Sims 4, I made a character, like girl, and her name was like Sienna Vera, and she was pretty cool. My objective with her was to do the most ridiculous things possible, because anytime I played, I was kind of like did what you were supposed to do, so I didn't want to do that anymore. So I figured, it doesn't actually reflect me as a person. I'm not actually hurting anybody. So I went around and I was just cheating on everybody. And there was he was a guy, but I didn't know because he looked like a girl to me. I thought the game was glitched, and he just kept coming up like, he wants to do this, and I was like, that's weird. I found out that he was in fact a guy, and she lost her virginity to him in her shower in her trailer, because I made her live in a trailer. So she hooked up with him, and then she went and she cheated on him, and she was like at this restaurant on a date, and he happened to pull up at the place at the same time that she was there, and the date was freaked out. It was like the date was mortified, and she was like, "Don't ever call me again." And then the boyfriend was like, "Man, I can't believe you do this to me." He showed up to my house anyways, but then she couldn't. I was trying to get her to go to the bathroom through all this, and she would not go, and she just pissed herself on this date, which is the funniest thing to me. So then Oh, definitely that one. Definitely that one. Then she went on another date when she was on vacation, and she also pissed herself because every single time I tried to make her to go to the bathroom, she straight up like refused to go, and I didn't understand why. Then so after a while, I was getting sick of like the cheating game, and I was like, alright, she's gonna finally settle down, but she's gotta find someone who's cool enough for her. And I guess that person that I picked was Penny Pizzazz or something from the City Living DLC. And they got married. They adopted a kid together because obviously they can't, have an actual kid. And this nice, beautiful house. He was like a child, and I kind of got tired of taking care of her, so I locked her in the bathroom. And that was the end of her. So then she came a ghost, and she kept making white cakes in my house. And my house was also haunted, so like a bunch of people just kept making cakes over and over again. And I was so sick and tired of all these cakes. So I changed the thing, and I told her that she had to leave. So then my sim Sienna starts dating again. The sun goes up, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna go to college. So he goes to college, and I'm like, all right, now he has to find someone. Like, these are his college years. He's gotta find someone to love. And he meets this guy at this club, and they hit it off. And I'm like, okay, yeah, all right, this is great. He says I'm like, oh, what do you do? And he's like, oh, I work at this university. I'm a professor at this university. I was like, oh, that's the same university that I go to. But like, what if like there's so many different classes, so many different professors. Like, they don't have to be the same, you know. What are the odds? So they date, and then finally I'm like, all right, they need to get married now, so they can start a family. And it comes out that you're not allowed to marry your professor. And I was like, there's no way. Like, of all the professors in the whole Sims university, I have to date the one that's my teacher, which must have been so awkward in class. So I had to wait for him to graduate, and on his graduation day, he had his wedding. They just eloped that second. Then they had a kid, and I'm not sure what happened, but I paused the game, I saved it, and I turned off my laptop. I open up my laptop, and I open the game, and I get a notification, because they adopted a baby together, that my baby has been taken away. And I'm like, why has my baby been taken away? Like, what did I do? And apparently, my game was still playing, like running, like it wasn't paused, even after I hit the pause button. And I don't know why, but it is what it is. But I thought it was so funny. So I adopted another child, because apparently if you get your first child taken away from you, you could just adopt another. And unfortunately, before I end this, there's one last part that I can remember. There's maybe some parts that I remember later on, but this is all of what I remember in this moment. It was, I had a ton of money that I just wanted to burn through. And I don't know if anybody feels this way when playing The Sims, but after a certain point, like when I get too much money, I kind of get bored. So I just start doing stupid stuff. And I bought a giant hot springs. And Sienna, who's now grandmother, she was also a vampire for a little bit. I got bored with that because she didn't have to sleep. She was just constantly awake all the time. So, she goes in to take a dip and she dies. And I was so upset. So I think I like went back in my game to bring her back, because like that was the one thing that just was not allowed to happen. She was not allowed to die because she was my favorite. and she couldn't die until I told her that she could die. But then my computer, I had that computer for like 2 years. It's like a little laptop, and unfortunately, laptops aren't made to last nowadays. So it did end up breaking. Like I put the charger in, it wouldn't charge, and I was devastated because not only had my you know my Sims game gone, which had like so much, like about a year of progress on it. My quarantine Minecraft world was gone, and I did not pay for a realm, so I could not get it back. I couldn't back it up, and I couldn't turn the computer on to like download the files onto a hard drive. And I was like, can we take it apart and like get the memory? And my brother was like, yeah, but it's just a really overcomplicated process just to save some games. And I was like, yeah, I guess you're right. And I left it at that. But I'll always hold that very dear to my heart. So that is the story of Sienna Bear. And now I have, which I'll save for another video, is Janae Grimm, who is a homewrecker and has a family now. So I'll leave that for another one. So thank you for watching. I hope you felt this was pretty relaxing and stuff, maybe a little funny, whatever you, regardless of the fact, I hope you enjoyed it. So sorry about not posting a lot. I was like really busy, but I should be getting back on schedule, or at least trying my best to be, with uploading the way I had been. I have a couple videos in mind, so I'm gonna get started on those. So thank you so much for watching.